my name is Kanak Patel, and today I'm here to tell you how life changes when you come to middle school from elementary school. One way life changes when you come to middle school from elementary school is that you have one teacher in elementary school, and then now when you come to middle school, you have more than that. Like in my school, I have 7 teachers, and there's more. That's more than one.
Mm-hmm.
And then another reason life changes when you come to middle school from elementary school is that there are less things to do outside. Like in elementary school, there was slides and swings and seesaws and poles to climb on, maybe sand places. And now when you come to middle school, all there is basketball and soccer. But if you want to play more games, there's a big bin of balls in a cart. So you have to give your student ID, and then you can get the balls to play volleyball or handball or football. And another change is that every Tuesday there is an extra class. It's not an extra class like you have to do homework and like math or science or language or anything other than that. It's just you watch TV and then you talk about different cultures and heritage months and yeah. And if you don't know what Heritage TV is, you'll find out in the next slide. So Heritage TV, in elementary school, you probably went to the same routine, like you would have recess, or you would be doing math still, or reading, something like that. But in middle school, you do Heritage TV and those other heritage ones at that time on Tuesdays still. Heritage TV, it's like the school news where you can find other people's opinions in your school and updates for like school fundraisers and field trips. And then it's also school news. And then one of the another big changes when it comes to middle school from elementary school is that in elementary school, the timing is 8 to 3, but when you get to middle school, it's 9:30 to 4 or 5, and on Wednesdays it's 10:30 to 4 or 5. And then another change when you come to middle school from elementary school is that you have changing classrooms, and you change classrooms every period. Like in elementary school, you stay in one classroom the whole day, and you don't change any other rooms, other than when you do specials. And in middle school, you change classrooms every period. Like every day you go to 5 different periods, so you change five classrooms, and you might go to the lockers in the hall, and lunch, so you go to the cafeteria. So you have to move around a lot, and it's more exercise. And then in elementary school, there is no homework. You don't get any homework, but in middle school, when you come to middle school, you get a bunch of homework. A bunch. And then in elementary school, there are different schedules in both. So in middle school, you might have lunch is longer than in middle school. Like my lunch was longer in elementary school than it is in middle school. And you get to go outside just once. In elementary school, you might have went to go outside twice, but in middle school you only get to go once. And then there are different classes, like there might be math and then reading or writing, but in elementary school, because there's a certain schedule I have to follow for the whole year. But when you go to middle school, it changes every semester, and that it's different from elementary school, because I started math as my first period, and now I could have PE as my first period in middle school. So there are different schedules. And then there are more friendships in middle school than elementary school, I think, because I heard a lot of people say that you have more friends in elementary school, then you get less friends in middle school, and then less friends keep on going. But I think that in elementary school you only have a few friends, and then when you come to middle school you have even more, and then and you keep on going, you have even more friends. And if there are different types of friendships, it could be maybe you didn't have a best friend in elementary school and now you do in middle school, or you could have like friends as in, like those friends aren't really friends, but you keep them as a friend. But in elementary school you didn't have to do that because you could just tell them, or in middle school. So yeah, there are more friendships. And then in elementary school, there was less activities than in middle school, because in elementary school there were field trips and maybe fundraisers and not really a bunch of stuff, just a bunch of learning. And then in middle school you still have field trips and fundraisers and other stuff, but in middle school you have different electives like art or music or engineering or science in the kitchen or hair and TV or choir, band, or orchestra, or choose track and field. There's a bunch of more activities than you would have in elementary school, like clubs. Yeah. And then then we have elective subjects. In elementary school, there's specials. If you don't know what specials is, it is music, PE, and technology, unless you don't have technology. Some people don't. But in middle school, you have more than that. Like, I told you a few, but there's more AVID, engineer it, art, music, science in the kitchen, hair and TV, leadership, Spanish, teacher assistant, office assistant, media assistant, choir, band, orchestra, a lot more. And in elementary school, when you had PE, you did not have to wear uniforms. But when you go to middle school, you have to wear PE uniforms because you have more periods, and then you have to walk more because there are more periods because you don't stay in one classroom. So you keep on going and you have to walk stairs and you'll get sweaty. So if you wear your PE uniform in PE, then you won't get sweaty in PE, or you won't have to wear sweaty clothes for the rest of the day. And another big change from when you come to middle school from elementary school is that in elementary school, there is uniforms, like not the PE uniforms, but like regular uniforms, maybe like white and blue or something like that. So you have school uniforms in elementary school, but when you come to middle school, you don't have to wear uniforms. But there could be a dressing code maybe, but you don't have to wear uniforms, so you can wear anything you want. And then that's the end. Thank you.
Good.